Okay, so on today's video, a little bit different than normal. We're working on a gravel bike slash road bike, and we are not doing mountain biking content right now. I'm going to do a couple of these videos throughout the winter, and then we will hopefully get back to mountain biking content. But as you can see, this bike is filthy. Really disgusting. It's been kind of needing some care. This is not my bike. Trust me, I don't keep it this dirty. This is my father's bike. It is a custom steel welded B-road. It's on MV rims, MV seat post, MV stem, full Chris King. So super sweet. Full Altegra. Yeah, it's really grimy in there. I don't know what he's doing, what he's thinking. So a couple products we're gonna use today. One, Muck Off Bio Chain Degreaser. It's okay, I've used it. I mean, this one's basically empty. This I really like. Chain cleaners. The Bark Tool one's pretty good. I'm a big fan of the Muck Off one. I think it works pretty well. And then I just use Simply Green. I stopped using their like specific drop-in stuff from the top. I found that it's not that great, and there's such a small bottle and it's super expensive. This is cheaper. It's basically the exact same thing, and I like it. So that's what we're gonna do. All right. So first, I'm obviously gonna put gloves on because I'm not trying to destroy my hands on a bike. Just gonna open this up. So it has a really small fill port. If you have the bottle, it's nice because then you can just straight fill it. But we can't do that, obviously, in this case. So we're going to use this, but put it into here. You'll see how I'm going to do it. Alright, so that should just about do it. See, I spilled quite a bit still, but it's pretty good, so like that. So as you can see, put a towel down obviously because I don't want this dripping on the beautiful Red Sox rug. But we're going to be putting the chain cleaner on this bottom part of the chain, run it through all the gears, and then we'll be able to degrease this with the biodegreaser. But first we're going to start with just the Simply Green chain wash, and I'll put that on and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now it's on. So it kind of unclips pretty easily. It's got a little hook right here, and this top half comes off the bottom half. This is in the chain, kind of in between has these little brush wheels. And what's nice about it is all the dirty disgustingness will collect down here. And you can use this little pusher wheel to allow, you can see the liquid come through. So as you're pedaling, you pedal the bike, hold this with one hand, so it'll be a little hard to show you, and then all of this will hopefully come off. So let's see if I can get that for you. So you can see, oh man. Kind of just run it like this. I mean, it isn't the perfect solution, but you know, it gets the job done. So I like to try to run through all of the top water, as you can see, till it gets all the way to the bottom. As you can see, most of the chain now is covered in suds. So I'm gonna run it for like another minute doing this, see if I can get through some of the gears. This one is pushing back pretty far, like the chain's getting pretty stuck in this section right here. You guys can see that, it's getting stuck in there, which is annoying. But we can run it a couple times, and then I'm going to wipe it with a cloth, see how it looks, and then degrease the cassette. Now we're just going to pop this off so you can see one clip. Then kind of comes off easily. So like I was saying, so it's kind of getting caught in on these teeth, which is annoying. It's my only problem with this is that it's not really wide. These bristles work really well though, but you can see that disgusting water sitting down in there. So now that we've done that, can empty this. And then we're gonna take microfiber and just kind of run it across the chain so you can get this extra gunk off, because it does actually do a pretty good job. As you can see, if you can see if it'll focus on that. Cleaned it pretty well, and then we're still gonna have to do the cassette and the pulley wheels and everything. It's better to do this than obviously having to break the chain every time and pull it off and clean everything, because you don't want to be breaking your chain. So now I'm gonna shift it between all the gears, shift in the big ring, clean this all up, and then I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So that's from like 2 passes just off this chain. And it's already looking cleaner. I mean, you really got to get into it, but like this is from just this chain. And you can see it's starting to clean up, definitely a bit better. Not perfect obviously, but we're getting there. Sometimes you gotta just kind of wipe in between. You can see it's gonna go from like this black right there to silver, like just by wiping it. So if you really want to get crazy with it, you can do that. And this chain's pretty bad. I don't really love doing lube anymore. I wax my gravel chains, which I can do in another video. I'll show you how to do that, but it just shows you like how gunky an oil chain can be. Now I'm gonna be removing the rear wheel with an Allen key. It's a 6mm on the other side. I'll show you that. So then I can just spray off the cassette with the biodegreaser, because it'll be a lot easier to do it when it's off the bike. And then spray it, and then I'll put it back on, clean it, and then we'll go into clean the drivetrain. So hopefully now you guys can kind of see what I'm saying, like all of this gunk in here. It's pretty nasty. And then also on the hubs, what are we doing? This is Chris King, we gotta keep it clean. But all into here, ton of gunk. But the chain is looking a lot better than it did when we started. Still some sections that I've been able to wipe off, so I'm gonna work on that from the backside now. And then we're gonna try to see if we can clean all of this and keep it nice and pristine for them. All right, so now we're gonna be using bio chain degreaser on the cassette. As you can see, it's already working. See that instantly is coming off, all of that. Oh. Now it's about the life of that can. It's basically, you cleaned it pretty well. Now we're just gonna wipe it off with a microfiber. Here's the wheel. Kind of want to wipe it down. See, it's coming off pretty good. You're gonna start to get a shinier cassette. I mean, you can get crazy about it and get in there with like a toothbrush, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. This method seems to work pretty much most of the time. As you can see, it looks a hell of a lot better than it did. I'm gonna touch up this spot up here. So you can see it's still a little dark into here. You can always use like one of these little cassette brush and really get in there and like give it some crazy detail. Like you can just see that'll come off pretty easily. You can get in there with a microfiber. It all wants to come off now that it's been doused in degreaser, but that's what I like about the muck off spray one. So what I've done here is, so we've obviously cleaned the chain, we've cleaned our cassette, I even like cleaned on the hub, so it looks a little fancier. And you can do that pretty easily, honestly. That's not a hard thing to do. Take a microfiber, put your hands, fit it on this side, so it's a bit easier because the rotor's there. And you can clean those really easy. What I've done is I've shifted this over to the smaller one so I can get more access into here, move the chain down. We do have 2 rings we're working with. It's a little annoying, but it won't be impossible to get in there. As you can see, yeah, so there's the bottom on the top one. We move the chain down here. Now we're going to spray this with Simply Green, or you can even just spray it onto a microfiber. And then we're just going to try to get all this gunk off, because most of this is like surface dust. But this gunk in here we want to take off, because if we just go straight to using the drivetrain again, with a clean chain and a clean cassette, it's gonna make all of our work pointless. Same with the rear derailleur pulleys. We're gonna clean these off too. As you can see, we've cleaned off the derailleur. Looks a bit nicer than it did. Chain, we had fully cleaned. I just finished cleaning off this front ring. So as you can see, we've cleaned all the teeth. They've obviously got wear on them. I mean, the bike is getting used. The bike is not like disgusting, so like there's no need to like fully clean the frame. I mean, it's been sitting on a trainer temporarily, but it's been used, it's been loved, so there's no need to do a full clean on it. I mean, I did clean inside the bottom bracket, didn't want to make it disgusting. In here, as you can see, cleaned all this. Looks nice. Even got into here, you know, it's important to get into those spots. Hard to get areas. As much as it sucks, it's worth it. Get into your front derailleur, clean all that. So now I'm gonna slap the wheel back on and show you what it all looks like clean. So we have a steering through axle, just screws in. I'm personally using the Pro Bike Tool socket stuff on it. Just makes it easier. I prefer sockets over Allen keys most of the time for stuff like this. Little click. It's in, looks good, functioning. Alright. So let's get into the details of stuff. So it's all clean. Fit you in through here. See, it's nice and clean. Drivetrain's looking very nice. The whole thing. So yeah, that in a whole is how to clean your drivetrain from looking like a piece of shit to looking good again. You know, because this is a nice drivetrain. You don't want to not make the bike last long. You know what I mean? So keeping your drivetrain in running order is really important, and then lubing it's really important. So I just do about 1 dab of lube for every link, and then I wipe the whole chain, and then I do it once more just to double lube it, and then I give it like a nice light wipe, because you don't want too much lube, not too little. And make sure you're using the right type of lube for your location. You don't want a dry lube in a wet climate or vice versa. You don't want something that's super thick, it's gonna collect. That's another reason to do waxing. I think waxing is way better. You do have to do it slightly more often, I would say, but not much more often than a simple chain lubing. It's just you don't get gunk all over your shit. And I mean, I'll show you my bike in the next video, or maybe even in this, but it doesn't get destroyed like this. And this takes a long time to get through all this, but not too long. Like, it's a really simple task still, but it's just annoying to do. And now you can see it's all clean and beautiful.